Namaste. I am Archana Raghuram. Welcome back to Temples, Books and Science. As we continue our journey through the Maha series, we transition from the ultimate subjective experience of bliss, Mrida Priya, to the ultimate objective manifestation. Having experienced the goddess as the inner source of all joy, the Sahasranamam now asks us to perceive her in her boundless universal glory. We begin the part 30th of the Lalita Sahasranamam with the 212th name, MAHA RUPA. The name MAHA RUPA is simple yet immensely profound. It means she whose form is magnificent and all-encompassing. Mahā Rūpa refers to the Virat Rūpam, the supreme cosmic form of the Divine Mother. This form is not a single definable shape, but rather the totality of all forms simultaneously. She is the entirety of creation, every star, every mountain, every being, every grain of sand. This name elevates our understanding of the goddess from a beautiful seated deity to the cosmic power that is the very substance of the universe. She is not just in the universe, she is the universe itself. She is the summation of all forms, rupams, in the cosmos. The total manifestation of reality encompassing all events, past, present, and future. This vision of the Divine Mother as the totality of all manifestation is the direct equivalent of the Viśvarūpam, or the universal form that Lord Krishna reveals to Arjuna in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gītā. When we chant MAHA RUPA, we are acknowledging Lalita Tripura Sundari's cosmic identity. To truly grasp this vision, let's look at the truth Arjuna witnessed when Krishna granted him the divine eye. Tatraikastam jagat krishnam pravibhaktam anekada apashyad deva devasya sharire pandavastada. There, Arjuna could see the entire universe with its many divisions unified and standing in one place within the body of the God of gods. This is the very essence of Mahā Rūpa, that every galaxy, every atom, and every thought is contained within her boundless form. She is the one in whom the countless many reside. The Viśvarūpam is not merely beautiful, it is described as overwhelming in its intensity. The Divine Mother is the eternal blazing power that creates, sustains, and ultimately dissolves all things. This intensity is captured in Arjuna's own words in his awe. Anadimadhyantam anantaviryam anantabahum shashisurya netram pashyami tvam deepta hutasha vaktram swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. You are without beginning, middle or end. You have infinite power. I see your face as a blazing fire, burning this entire universe with your own radiance. This quote perfectly captures the energy of the goddess as the light of the sun, the coolness of the moon, and the very flame of time. Now, let's understand how meditating on this cosmic name helps us in our daily lives. Mahā Rūpa is a powerful antidote to a limited, isolated view of reality. By chanting this name, you are consciously aligning your small individual perception with the boundless wisdom of the Mother. It shatters the illusion that you are separate from the world, realizing that everything you perceive, including yourself, is simply a glorious manifestation of her great form. When you meditate on Mahā Rūpa, you are not just thinking about an idol. You are tuning your consciousness to the universal Mother whose body is the cosmos itself. The practice is to literally see her everywhere, in the vastness of the sky, the complexity of a flower, the chaos of the city, and the depth of another person's eyes. When you chant this name, you are invoking the conscious unifying force that holds the entire universe together. This name is a call to spiritual expansion, to see the divine not just in the temple, but in the totality of existence. This is the Maha Rūpā, the truly great form. If the previous name, Maha Rūpa, showed us the mother's form as the entire cosmos, then Maha Pūjyā, the 213th name, tells us how we should relate to that magnificent reality. Maha Pūjyā simply means she who is supremely worshipped, or she who is the most deserving of worship. This name affirms that due to her boundless form, Maha Rūpā, the Divine Mother is inherently worthy of the highest and the most complete form of worship. This reverence is not limited to us alone. She is the ultimate object of devotion for the entire hierarchy of creation. Devas, Rishis, Gandharvas, celestial beings, and the gods of the highest heavens. In essence, every ritual, every prayer, and every act of devotion performed across all worlds is ultimately directed to her, the Maha Pūjyā. This truth that all paths of worship ultimately converge on the Supreme Being is beautifully illustrated by a traditional verse. Akashat patitam toyam yatagacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskara keshavam pratigacchati. In English, this translates to, just as all the water falling from the sky reaches the ocean, so do all salutations offered to all the gods reach the Supreme Being. This confirms the essence of this name. All streams of devotion flow into the same ocean. When you see someone worshipping any form of the divine, be it a tree, a river, or another deity, you can recognize that they are knowingly or unknowingly paying homage to the boundless and supremely worshipful Maha Pūjyā. This name reminds us that the vast, awe-inspiring form we just discussed, the form that holds the sun and moon in its eyes, is simultaneously the most beloved object of worship. Worshipping Maha Pūjyā is not about reducing her to a small idol. It's about seeing the sacredness and the necessity of devotion in the grand scheme of the universe. How does chanting Maha Pūjyā impact our personal practice? When you chant this name, you're invoking the Mother who is the goal of all worship. This instantly elevates your own puja, whether it's a simple act of lighting a lamp or an elaborate ritual, from a limited personal act to a universal offering. You are aligning your worship with that of the highest devas. This name encourages you to bring sincerity and focus to every act of devotion. If the entire cosmos worships her with infinite reverence, then even a small flower offered by you must be offered with an equally intense feeling of respect and devotion. Chanting Maha Pūjyā helps to dispel Maya, the illusion that makes worship feel dry or burdensome. It reconnects you to the joy and profound peace that true devotion brings, making your mind steady and focused during prayer. By acknowledging her supreme worthiness, you open yourself to receiving her grace, which makes all your efforts successful. The practice of Maha Pūjyā transforms the mere performance of a ritual into a deep, heartfelt connection with the Cosmic Mother. The next name, Mahapataka Nashini, is one of the most reassuring and profound in the entire list, directly addressing the devotee's deepest need for purification. It means she who destroys the great sins. Following the name MAHA RUPA, cosmic form, and MAHA Pūjyā, supreme worship, this name offers the ultimate result of that realization and devotion, which is purification. The name implies that the power of the Divine Mother is so vast and comprehensive because she is the entire cosmos that even the most severe karmic burden, the result of Mahapataka, cannot stand against her. At this point, I want to issue a disclaimer. It's vital to understand that this name is not a free pass for harmful actions. The Mother doesn't just forgive sins, she destroys its root cause. The root cause of all sin, pataka, and its binding effect, karma, is ignorance or avidya. When we act with limited ego, believing I am the separate doer, we create bondage. The Divine Mother, as the source of all wisdom, grants us Atma Jnanam. When this true knowledge dawns, the limited sense of self disappears and the bondage of karma is naturally dissolved. When the sense of doership vanishes, the karmic reactions cease to affect us. Lord Krishna confirms this exact mechanism in the Bhagavad Gītā, giving us a perfect analogy. Yataidhamsi samidhogni basmasat kuruterjuna jnanagni sarva karmani basmasat kurute tata. Just as a blazing fire reduces wood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge, jnanagni, burn to ashes all karmas. The goddess as Mahapataka Nashini is that very Jnanagni, the all-consuming fire of wisdom. By worshipping her, the limited self that creates sin is utterly consumed, and the darkness of ignorance that casts the shadows of sin is destroyed. The chanting of Mahapataka Nashini is a direct and powerful practice for emotional and spiritual cleansing. This name acts as a spiritual fire, burning away feelings of guilt, regret, and the fear of karmic consequence. It grants the devotee fearlessness and profound peace. This is the perfect name to chant when you are seeking to symbolically wipe the slate clean and begin a new phase of spiritual growth. Whenever you feel burdened by past mistakes or negative tendencies, invoke Mahapataka Nashini. Visualize the Mother as a fierce blazing light. As you chant, feel that light dissolving the heavy weight of regret, not through magic, but through the dawning understanding that your true nature is pure and that the illusion, the pataka, is being destroyed by the light of her grace. Following the purification gained through Mahapataka Nashini, we arrive at one of the most philosophical names in the Sahasranamam, the 215th name, Mahamaya. The name means she who is the great creative illusion or the supreme power of manifestation. In common spiritual language, Maya is often seen as a negative force, the delusion that binds us. However, the Lalita Sahasranamam presents a higher Advaitic view. The goddess herself is Mahamaya. This is a profound distinction we must reconcile. Maya is the binding power that makes us see the transient world as real, whereas Mahamaya is the supreme creative power that wields the illusion. The Sahasranamam celebrates her as the magnificent, limitless power that brings the formless consciousness Brahman into the vast, beautiful, and diverse world we experience. The illusion is merely the mind's limited view, which forgets that the play is temporary and the reality is her eternal consciousness. Mahamaya is the power that brings the formless into manifest form. She is the great magician who makes the one appears as the many. Mahamaya gives names and forms to the universe. It is the power of distinction. She makes the sky separate from the earth and you separate from me. Without Mahamaya, there is only the undifferentiated reality of pure consciousness. There is another important note here. Though she creates this world, the goddess is not subject to Maya. She stands beyond the illusion she creates. Having experienced purification through Mahapatakanashini, the devotee now recognizes the underlying power that governs this entire drama of creation. The great Adi Shankaracharya captured the mind-boggling skill of this power in the Maya Panchakam. Nirupama Nitya Niranshakepya Khande Maichiti Sarva Vikalpanadi Shunye Gatayati Jagadisha Jiva Bedam Twagatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Behold the unparalleled skill of Maya. Though this self is pure consciousness, eternal, indivisible, beyond all comparison, and free from every imagined distinction, Maya achieves the seemingly impossible. She fabricates a separation between the Lord of the universe, the individual soul, and the world itself. This describes her power perfectly. The skillful, inexplicable magic that creates the world's distinctions, including the illusionary veil that keeps us bound to karma. Meditating on the name Mahamaya is crucial for advancing spiritual understanding. This name helps the devotee gain discernment, viveka, which is the foundational quality for liberation. It sharpens your ability to differentiate between what is real and permanent and what is apparent and impermanent. This skill is known in Vedanta as Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka, which is crucial for liberation. This name is particularly helpful when you feel confused, stuck in cycles of delusion, or trapped by emotional attachments. By invoking the divine wielder of illusion, Mahamaya, you ask for the clarity to see through Maya and recognize the eternal reality behind it. When you chant Mahamaya, visualize the universe as a magnificent shimmering stage play. You are praying to the mother to lift the veil so you can appreciate the beauty of the play without believing the stage props are real. You invoke her not to destroy the world, but to give you the clarity to see the reality behind the appearance, ensuring you are not fooled by her own great magical show. The next name, Mahasattva, is a direct counterpoint to the previous name, Mahamaya. After discussing the binding and differentiating power of illusion, we now focus on the purifying, uplifting, and balancing quality that resides within the creation. Mahasattva means she who is the embodiment of supreme goodness, or the ultimate essence of purity and light. Vedanta says that the entire manifest universe, Prakriti, is composed of three fundamental qualities known as gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva represents purity, light and balance. It promotes clarity, peace, virtue and knowledge. Rajas represents activity, passion and restlessness. It causes desire, ambition, change and attachment to actions. Tamas represents inertia, darkness and stagnation. It leads to lethargy, dullness, delusion and ignorance. By describing the goddess as Mahasattva, we recognize her as the highest expression of that purifying, liberating force, Sattva Guna. The goddess as Mahasattva signifies that she is the fundamental purity required for spiritual realization. If Mahamaya is the power that binds us, Mahasattva is the power that liberates us. It is the Sattva Guna in our minds that allows the light of knowledge, Jnanam, to shine and overcome the delusion created by Maya. She is the innate goodness and clarity present in every being that guides us away from the negative actions, tamas, and restless desires, rajas. By identifying her as Maha Sattva, the Sahasranamam confirms that the ultimate reality is fundamentally good, pure, and aligned with spiritual advancement. Chanting this name is a direct appeal to purify your inner state and elevate your consciousness. Chanting Maha Sattva helps to increase Sattva Guna in your mind and environment. It reduces mental restlessness, rajas, and inertia or lethargy, tamas. The result is increased clarity, concentration, joy, and peace. This is the perfect name to chant before starting meditation, study, or any spiritual practice. As you chant Mahasattva, visualize the goddess as a source of brilliant, calming, clear white light filling your mind and body. Feel the clarity and balance descending upon your thoughts and emotions. You're invoking the purest essence of the universe to reside within you, making your mind a fit instrument for the realization of the self. And with Maha Sattva, we conclude this powerful 5-name sequence starting from 212 to 216, which has given us the essence of Goddess's identity. We began with the recognition of her boundless presence as Mahā Rūpā, the cosmic form, promoting our Mahā Pūjyā, supreme worship. This devotion led to the spiritual cleansing of Mahā Pataka Nashini, destroyer of sins. Once purified, we gained the clarity to recognize that the universe is her creation, the magnificent illusion of Maha Maya. And finally, we realized that the key to transcending this illusion is Maha Sattva, the supreme purity and goodness within us, which is her own liberating light. This sequence is a beautiful roadmap. Recognize the cosmos, offer devotion, attain purification, understand the illusion, and achieve clarity. By chanting this name, we align ourselves with the supreme forces of creation and liberation, transforming our ordinary consciousness into a mirror reflecting her divine light. If this discussion on cosmic truth resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with fellow seekers, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss a step in our journey through the Sahasranamam. Join me next time as we continue our journey beginning with Maha Shakti, the great power herself. May the grace of the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari grant you supreme clarity, peace, and abundance. Om Shri Matre Namaha. Namaste.